webcam webcam time. Yeah, actually toy haul time. So yesterday I did a big hoopla uh, trying to look for Marvel Legends figures. I found some. I'm gonna show them in a few seconds. But after I left to work, I went to Target. Zero, nothing there. Just like two Sentry Spider-Man comic packs and one Thunderball um, Thunderball Spider-Man Secret Wars pack. A whole bunch of Iron Man and one Doc Samson. And then I went to another Toys R Us that opened at 9:30. My plan was to go there and then go to Times Square in the morning. So I went there, zilcho, nothing. But I did bump into a friend. I guess I could call him a friend. An acquaintance that he works for Hasbro, and he said that the store in Times Square, New York, would be getting new figures. So I boogied on down to Times Square. I got there like an hour after they opened, so I'm sure if there was anything to get, the scalpers probably beat me to it. But there was new stuff. It wasn't just Iron Man or Colossus. And since it's 2 for $10.99, I wanted to spend at least around $20, $30. But I ran into a conundrum. I was like, what do I do? I could either complete the figures I don't have, which is the logical course of action, or I could get repeats of those figures that I like. And I want to do a webcam video about, instead of being talking toys, it'll be toy talk. And I'll talk about toy related things. And one of the things I have, I guess I can mention it now, and you guys can answer it. Ever since I started collecting, I developed the habit, I guess it's a bad habit, of buying multiples of one item that I really like. Like, let's say I already showed you guys that I got another Colossus because I like Colossus. My mentality in the past would be to buy three. One for me. One, I was gonna go like that, but then I'd have one for me, one to sell on whatever, like on my future store, and then it became eBay, because I always had the plan to open up a store to sell stuff, sell stuff that I like toys and comics. So it was one for me, one to sell, and one to open for display. Now there's a bit of a problem with one to open and one for me, because like I'll open one, I'll display it, and after a while I get bored and I put it away. That's how I've always been. I don't like having a clutter. I have a shelf over there full of stuff, but that's because most of them are actors from my Night Beat and Swerve thing. I want to keep them out so I could have them handy. And the rest of them are like model kits that I've been touching up. I've been bringing them out of storage, touching them up, and putting them there. Eventually I'm going to bag them and put them back. But I'll open an item, display it for a little while, and then put it away. So basically it negates the fact that I have one to keep out and one for me. The reason why I came up with this idea was that, like, when you have stuff on display, it could fall down, it could break. Like when I was painting RC, I broke her head, the animated RC. So I have an extra figure, an RC, which is good, you know, because I got a replacement for the broken one. So the one to display is the one that, in case it breaks, I can't be like, oh, it's done, I have no more, because I sold the other one I had. But I'm gonna, I, I don't know. I gotta. What do you guys think? Is that logical? Does it sound nuts? To have one for myself and one for display. Eventually owning two figures that are supposed to be mine, but one is to keep out and one's to keep in package. So just leave a comment and just be honest. No crazy questions, no dumb questions, please. So I'm 6 minutes in. When I went to Toys R Us Times Square, they had new figures, and I decided it was either complete what I need, or get repeats of figures that I like. The wave that was there was the latest wave, which makes sense because it is the latest wave. I'm looking for older stuff. I wish I could find Moon Knight and Miss Marvel and Bucky and Mystique, all those old figures. But I guess eventually I'll have to go to eBay to get those, because I haven't seen any old figures out there in the, in the wild, as they say. So I decided to pick up the figures that I don't have from that line. The first one is, voila, Spider-Man 2099. I had my doubts about picking this guy up. He's not the... I know about the character, but I don't really like him. It's an alright figure. I've seen him warming the pegs a bit, but so I got him to complete the collection, and I picked up this guy. This is Modular Armor, Iron Man. So I picked up this guy to complete the line. He's alright, but let's see how he fares after I open him. And he comes with one of these ice cream cones that Prime 92 loves so much. Delicious. So I picked up this guy with Doc Samson. Even though it says Samson, Wikipedia says Sampson, like as the base says. You see, it says Samson with a P. So I'm going with Wikipedia for the win. Even though it says Samson and Samson here, it would make sense that it's Samson, like Samson and Delilah, but Wikipedia says Samson. So I got this guy, Lightning shirt. Not worth $10, but worth $5. And finally, to complete it, I picked up this. I picked up another World War Hulk, because this figure is so badass. I needed to have another one. But I'm two minds about either eBay or my personal collection, depending on what happens by the end of the sale. The sale ends on Saturday, so I guess if I have the chance, I'll pick up another one. If not, then I guess it's for me and not for eBay. So that was yesterday. I came home, I was tired, I went to sleep. I went back to work, and then I decided to go back, but because Glenn, the guy who works for Hasbro, said that they would have Times Square would have new toys yesterday and new toys today, so I decided to go today. He said they might have the Mystique wave. That someone that works there said that they saw Mystique, and I'm like, oh, wow. So I was expecting to see if I could snag Bucky, because he's in that line, according to the Marvel checklist on itsalltrue.net. Check it out. So I went back down, but this time I didn't go to the Toys R Us that opened at 9:30, because that would be a waste of time. I hung around in Target and then I went down to Manhattan, and voila! Again, they had that same wave from the Doc Samson. What? They had Series 3, the first wave. So I went, okay, let me get the figures that I wanted to get yesterday, but I decided to complete the line instead of getting figures that I liked. So I picked up another Captain Marvel, who's an awesome character and figure. I did post a little entry on my new blog. It was it's aries0083's Marvel Universe. There's a link to one on one of my Q&As, but I guess I'll put a link here. So I got Captain Marvel again, which is cool, and I picked up another Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew. I went and looked through the figures to see. I go for the face. They can have an ugly hand or like a bent foot. But if the face looks awesome, then I'll pick it up, because I think that's what really matters when you're taking pictures of these action figures, their faces. So I picked up that. I picked up another one of these. Oh, it's Captain America. Big Bad Toy Store already posted up the figures from the Captain America line for this year, and I think this Captain America is one of them. And so is the convention, the World War II Ultimates Captain America, which I really want to get, and I'm glad that they're giving that figure a general release. So ho, hop, 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 hop. And finally, at last, I got another Thor figure. Yeah, I know. I got one already. I got one that came with the comic book with the Extremist Iron Man, but at least I can have a Thor that I could let beat up or or drop, or let my nephew play with it when he comes over. So that's it for my haul. Pretty good. Hopefully I'm gonna go back tomorrow morning, and tomorrow's Friday morning, and maybe Saturday morning. In New York, it's supposed to snow again. It's supposed to start snowing at Friday night. It's gonna turn into rain Saturday morning. So I'm two minds about going out and stuff. Even though yesterday the weather was horrible, I braved it, because this sale is going to be only this week. They're probably not going to have it next week. So according to my friend from Hasbro, they've been having these, Toys R Us has been having these 2 for $10 sales for a while. So I expect it to continue into the year, which is a good thing. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment on what you think about doubles, if it's crazy or not, or sounds logical. How many multiple action figures do you buy? And I'll see you guys later. Bye.